down. It's ice cream time. Jose Lobaton with yet another walk-off. And the Rays survive to play another game. Rays win. Rays win. Rays win. 5-4.
Now from the windy city of Chicago, there's a beautiful look at fabled Wrigley Field. And before we get too much further, here's a look at each manager's starting lineup here for the opener. No lead to speak of at second. Here's the pitch. And a fastball here is swung on and lifted in the air to left. And the two-out threat will not come to pass. Chris Miller, 1-2. Now a swing as he rifles this one into center for a base hit. And now he has some trouble with it in center.
Well, that's got to be a...
And he's right on the fastball there as this is hit pretty well out towards deep left. Miller is back near the ivy as he makes the catch for the first out.
And you know...
And he gets around on the fastball here as this is hit fairly well out toward left field. Miller is back near the ivy as he makes the catch for the first out. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second.
Advance a runner, then at least you've made a productive out. Instead, this is just a waste.
Miller will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Chris Miller.
Be a strike.
There we go.
Swung right over the top of that one as this is a little dribbler out in front of the mound. And indeed, he'll take only the out at first as 2-2. And a fastball swung on and hit in the air to left. Catch made in left. Here comes the runner for the plate. And he will score on the sacrifice fly as he's in with our first tally of the ballgame. And this is in the air now out to left. Miller comes on now and puts it away for the second out of the inning. And no tag at second. He'll hit his last time. Here's a swing and a ball hit into the air to left center and shallow. Miller is there and he has it for the out.
Take a look at those flags and see which...
Try again, 1-2. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning. A solo home run.
Hey, your turn. Drop him in.
Swing and he pops him up over near second. There to take this in is Crawford, and there are two away now.
It says Raiders for tickets. 1-800-RAIDERS.
Uribe back in and waiting. The crowd chanting. Carpenter out of his stretch. And the 2-2 pitch. Uribe hits a high fly ball into deep left field.
Denard's fan has done it again. He saves the night. What a play.
So it would appear we'll have a pinch hitter coming on now with a runner at first and one gone.
Pitch, stay hot up there.
Now this pitch is stroked into right center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. And the throw will come back in quickly, so it's first and second now with only one away.
One of the strangest finishes you'll ever see. Results in the 5th.
A good look there at the familiar ivy-covered walls of Wrigley Field on the north side of Chicago. And before we close in on first pitch, a look at the starting lineups here for the finale. Let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on D. And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. Chris Miller.
Hey, get a good one up there.
Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground towards short. Throw on to first in time, one away. Chris Miller.
Hey, come on now, big dog. Get the pitch.
0-1 pitch is a high chopper over to the right side. A flip to the pitcher covering as that will retire the side.
He's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making...
Chris Miller will stand in, and and a swing as he pulls this one into right. But this is right at him in right field as he hardly has to move.
The wall on the warning track. A spectacular catch, and the Dodgers win. Is it possible?
MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball brings us to Petco Park in San Diego. And before we get too much further, here's a look at each manager's starting lineup here for the opener. Chris Miller.
Hey, come on, big dog. Get your pitch.
Here's a swing, and oh, man! Way out of here. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Number 13 for him on the year, and the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
Come on, calm down.
Well, with 2 outs and nobody on, if you've got power, hey, you go for it. I mean, he just keeps those hands high, drives right on through the baseball.
Chris Miller.
Apparently not.
Play the first one.
And that one's taken outside for a ball. He walked him. So no 1-2-3 inning. Chris Miller. And here's the first pitch. And this one is off the catcher's glove, and that might be a run. And he is in there at the plate. It's now a 2-0 game.
Right here. Here we go. That's on the farm.
And he's right on the fastball there as this is hit pretty well out towards deep left. Settling under it now is Quentin, and he's got it for out number 2.
It's getting to be nervous time for some of these guys. You never know what can happen this time of year.
Chris Miller.
That high.
Darn near impossible when it's coming at you in the high 90s. You just can't get your hands up there fast enough to stay on top.
Under it now is Quentin, and he makes the catch for out number 3.
And then with that cannon for an arm.
Combs a very good base runner at third. 0-2 the count.
Are you looking at curve here?
Here it is.
Summer sun is nearly set, and now it's time for baseball at Petco Park in San Diego. And before we progress any further, let's have a quick look at our 2 starting lineups for tonight. Chris Miller. And he swings under the fastball here as this is popped high in the air back behind short. Semien is right there, and he will put it away to retire. And now the Padres get their first opportunity.
Hey, here we go now.
Now a ball lined hard toward deep right field. Lowe is back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone. And no... Goes the other way with a curveball here, and he got a lot of it out to deep left. Miller is going to have room out there as he puts this away to... And a swing and a miss as they caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away.
To put the ball in play with a runner on third and 1 out. That's just basic execution that's lacking right there.
Miller has him played perfectly as he puts it away for out number 1. Chris Miller will step in now and
Let's roll it, huh? Hey, roll it up.
took something off there, but this is hit well anyway out to deep center. And gone! A home run! So a 3-run shot to left center, number 14 on the season, as it is now 7-3.
Wow, he has proven to be a real nuisance in the first 2 games of this series. A home run in last night's ball game, and now another one here.
In the air to left. Miller is right there as he puts it away, no problem for the first out.
I mean, he gutted out 6 tough innings, and he's given his guys a good chance at victory if this bullpen can hold the lead.
Now a bouncing ball for the second baseman, Amarista. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
He is the umpire making the call. They're going to say he said it. There was interference at third base.
Afternoon baseball coming your way on the show from Petco Park in downtown San Diego. And before we close in on first pitch, a look at the starting lineups here for the finale. Chris Miller.
Come on, big guy. Steer this one.
Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground to second. Throw gets him, 2 down. Ball game. And he gets some pretty good wood on it here as this is lifted to fairly deep left. Miller is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone.
Line approaching. It's getting to
like a pitch out, just in case he's thinking about it over there at first.
And a fastball that's lifted the other way out to left. Settling under it now is Quentin, and he's got it for out number 2.
No runner, cut it.
First time. And he gets under a curveball that time as this is lifted in the air out to left. Miller comes on now and puts it away for the second out of the inning. First time.
Here we go.
Swing and a fly ball to straightaway left. Miller is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego.
Here you go, guys. Let's go.
And he's right on the fastball there as this is hit pretty well out towards deep left. And the 6th inning opens with a fly out, 1 away.
Yeah, much to speak of at all.
And he gets under a curveball that time as this is lifted in the air out to left. Miller is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out. We'll step in now and see what he can do with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th. Goes the other way with a fastball, and this is in the air out to left. Miller is there, and he'll put Chris Miller. And a half-hearted swing there as they tie him up inside for the 3rd.
2 home. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The 2013 Red Sox are the world champions and Boston strong. Bedlam at Fenway Park as the Red Sox.
A fine Friday night to you as we come your way from Coors Field in Denver. And before we get too much further, here's a look at each manager's starting lineup here for the opener. Chris Miller. Now a swing and a high pop out that looks to be headed beyond the pitcher's mound. And there to grab it is Tulowitzki for route number 2. And this is in the air now out to left. Miller comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out. Chris Miller. Here's a ground ball to first. Oh, and this goes right past him. And the recovery's a quick one as he gets his man at first. Good composure.
And too many rough spots so far, so this might be his first real test of the ballgame.
Miller is right there as he puts it away, no problem for the first out. Chris Miller. Swing and a little tapper out in front of the mound. Tulowitzki for 1. Return throw is in time, and what do you know, they do
here on the double play.
And now this is swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Miller arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out. Left field. Miller is in his tracks now as he makes the catch for out number 2. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away. Chris Miller will be tasked now.
Hasn't yielded a whole lot so far, so quite frankly, I'm not expecting too much.
Swing, hard hit ball to second. And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit.
That'll be a 3-2 to Machado. And the pitch is lined on one hop to Cano. Flip it to short 1. And they throw to third. Why? I don't know.
Guns it back to first base. Out for the double play. We had to wait. It was the plate umpire making the call. Hello, Yasiel Puig. What a way to start a career.